Hello and welcome to this April 5th, 2010 video version of Invested Central's Chart of the Day. I'm Tom Bowley, Invested Central's Chief Market Strategist, and it's my pleasure to provide you with today's Chart of the Day. This Chart of the Day is brought to you by StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts. Today we are featuring Foster Wheeler Corp., ticker symbol FWLT. This is a $3.7 billion industrial goods company. We've been talking a lot over the last several weeks about industrials leading the market to the upside. This has been the best performing group, but not all industrial companies go at the same time. They don't all move simultaneously. Much like the sectors rotate, a lot of times you'll get stocks within a sector that also rotates. So looking at FWLT, we can see that on Thursday of last week, right before the Friday holiday, we had a nice breakout here above this key resistance level, and you can look back here and you can see that there was prior price support right at about this $28 level. That became formidable resistance. We tried to get through it a couple of times, failed, and then just recently finally made it above that 50-day moving average and above this key resistance level. Now, the move, in my opinion, back above the 50-day moving average is more bullish than I would ordinarily think, because we did have a positive divergence in play here as we put in a lower low. You can see the lower low in early March versus early February. So even though the market had rebounded from February 5th into early March and we saw industrials leading, Foster Wheeler was actually going in the opposite direction. So this is a stock that's really lagged its peer group for quite a while. But we put in the positive divergence, and note also that while putting in this positive divergence, we also had tested the gap support. Look at the volume that came in on this stock back in early August as it gapped up from just above $24. It took several months, but we finally went all the way back down. We tested this gap support area, and then we began to rebound. So there's a lot of pieces of this puzzle that look pretty good. And when you think about the market being so overbought and MACDs being so stretched, the momentum oscillators being extremely high. We've seen a lot of RSIs in the 70s and even 80s. A lot of stochastics readings up in the 90s. Take a look at this one. We've got a MACD that's just crossing the center line. That's good. We've also got an RSI with a breakout right now that we just talked about. The RSI is only 61 and stochastics are 68. So at least FWLT seems like it's a possibility here. There's a possibility of the stock moving higher without having to jump into a stock that's already made a huge move, like many of the industrial stocks that we looked at this weekend. So I think FWLT looks pretty good here in this near term. It would bother me if we went back and closed below these moving averages. So let's say around $27. If we close back below 27, certainly that would make us sit back and reevaluate the strength here on FWLT. But short of that, this one looks pretty good. To the upside, there's not a lot of resistance really. You're going to probably find a little bit of resistance up around 30.50, and beyond that, for the most part, we had a straight move down. So many times you get the mirror image and you get a straight move back up. So $35 ultimately looks like a pretty good target on Foster Wheeler. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. Be sure to check out our chart of the day every day at InvestedCentral.com. While you're there, sign up for our free weekly Market Pulse newsletter and have the chart of the day emailed directly to you. Happy trading.